Hey everyone, this is LSID932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. We are continuing our journey on Love is Blind Habibi, Season 1, and we will be doing Episode 8 today. So if you can, please like the video, share, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I am loving this engagement, and welcome to the new subscribers. You will definitely get notifications when I upload new videos. So let's get to it. There's so much to unpack in episodes 8 and 9, and I'm loving it because a lot of the traditions are revealed to us. I just love learning about new cultures. So in episode 8, we learn that it is 5 days before the wedding. Ooh. The ladies go dress shopping, and the men go shopping for their suits. Now, even though the show went between the man and the woman alternating, I'm going to stick with the women with their dress shopping, then go to the men. So Dunya comes with her mom, Ozma comes with her sister, and Ozma's parents are still thinking about whether or not they're comfortable with all of this. But they're both hoping that they will come along with the idea. Safa comes with her mom, and the hostess of the show comes to see them. Dunya says she wants to be Cinderella. When she thought of her wedding as a kid, she always saw Disney movies. And I'm concerned because, Dunya, are you then looking for a fairy tale? I'm hoping that even though you want to be a Disney princess and fairy tale, that you have both feet on the ground. So, she always dreamed of having her dad by her side. That's the only thing that would be missing to make it a perfect wedding. But she says, thank God that her mom will always be there. So we see the ladies, they sit down with a consultant who has an iPad and is going over the dresses. This is not how we shop for it in the other, types of Love is Blind. Not at all. So Ozma comes out in a beautiful lace embroidered gown with matching veil. She and her sister are crying. And the sister says, you look absolutely perfect. So she says, the first dress turns out to be the one. Ozma, you are so lucky. So many brides, I'm sure, can relate that the first one may not have been the one. So she takes a picture and sends a photo for her mom, hoping that this will warm the parents up a bit, But she says it's hard doing this without her parents there. So Dunya, who's shopping with her mom, wants her mom to pick her dress. But Dunya's mom is like, you need to choose. It's like Dunya is not understanding the separation that needs to occur. And the mom is kind of trying to help it along. She's like, no. This is your wedding. You choose your dress. And I'm like, are they a bit too close? Is Shafiq really have a, point here that she needs to pull away from mom just a little bit more? So the mom understands the next step will be for Dunya to, move on with the love of her life and future husband. So her dress is a beautiful, very pretty shell pattern for the top with pearl accents. She has pearls in her veil too. And the mom says she's losing her and the dress. She's like, I'm losing my daughter and the dress. So the mom really loves the dress. So Dunya says her mom is her true heart and will be there for life. No one can come between them. And I'm like, got to cut those strings a little bit, not come between you. Don't think of it that way, Dunya. Think of it as you are building a life with someone else, and your mom will be there for support. So Safa, when they had cut over to Muhammad, he said his concern is that Safa is picky. He hopes she finds her dress. And we see Safa is indeed picky. She's like, no white dresses. This doesn't look bridal. She is giving it to the consultant. And Muhammad is like, the consultant probably will quit after having his consultation with Safa. He is too funny. So she comes out in an amazing dress with a sweetheart top, bejeweled lace overlay, classic veil. She looks amazing. Her mom is crying tears of joy. Safa is like, I don't like it. It's like, Safa, oh my gosh. The next dress is an off-the-shoulder, bejeweled embroidery. It's completely off both shoulders. Absolutely beautiful dress. Safa say, I don't like it. The next dress is a classic silk dress with no bejeweling, has a lace veil, and Safa says, I don't like it. She's like, if I can't find a dress, there'll be no wedding. Safa, there is thousands of dresses in this store. You should be able to find one. So, as I said, we're going to the men with the suit shopping. Hatab, he goes there alone. Muhammad is there with his friend Mo, and Shafiq is with his friend, and I forgot his name. Oh, Khaldun. So, the host comes to see them and says, "What worries you?" And again, Muhammad said, "Yeah, he's stressed, and he's stressed that they may have an argument, and this will derail everything." Shafiq says that you are no longer one person, you are now two. There's someone that's going to carry on your name as well. Hatab says his concern is they have not met their families yet. Hatab said he said he is no, sorry. The tailor tells Hatab he's a pain because he's fluctuating in his weight. He can't keep his measurements together. And if you've ever had a tailor before, yes, your measurements are something that they keep dear, and they make all your clothing for that. But if you change, they got to measure you all over again. So they do laugh, and he chooses a classic tux cut. And he says, the tailor needs to make him look perfect for his bride. That's his only job. I was like, you go, Hatab. Shafiq and Khaldun. Shafiq chooses a classic white tux with black tie. He looks really good. And he's worried that, she is too close to her mom. Muhammad picks a classic James Bond tux. Muhammad also looks very handsome in his tux. His friends ask if it is happening too fast. Is there peer pressure? Are you sure? And he's like, what do you think? Muhammad has a great way of not answering, but throwing it back to the person to hear their perspective. I really enjoy it, and I know that tactic. So, Mo, his friend, said, Muhammad said he's happy for him and is accepting now. Okay. So Muhammad again says he's worried about the dress. He's worried that these consultants will get a run for their money. He said, God help the stylist because she may quit. So the last dates before the wedding, Shafiq takes Dunya to a Moroccan food restaurant. Shafiq says Moroccan food is not his first choice, but he chose it for her. She will choose what they eat, and he will enjoy it. Great thought, Shafiq. Great thought. So Dunya, her family, is from Morocco. So he tells her that her pink is her color. She's wearing a wonderful outfit. She says she's wearing again, forgive me if I say words incorrectly. I am certainly trying. It does not mean to be disrespectful in any way. She says she's wearing a jalaba, and this is casual. So when I looked it up, jalaba is a long, loose-fitting robe or dress with full sleeves. He says he likes it, and he will buy her all colors to wear for all her life to cover her up. Now, though I didn't like the reasoning he wanted to buy it, I was like, Dunya, where did you buy that? Because those look quite comfortable. I may buy all the colors as well and wear those. They look so comfy. So the food comes, and she tells him this is harira. And harira soup is a hearty tomato basil Moroccan-style soup made with legumes like lentils, chickpeas, fresh herbs, and warm spices. She says her mom makes it every Ramadan. And for those of us who don't know about the culture, I know a little bit about Ramadan, but it is the holy month of fasting, prayer, and reflection. Okay? They both felt like the bad times helped get them together. He promises to value and respect her. She said a lot of people in her life have made promises that they have not kept. But her mom instilled in her that it is important to keep all of your promises. And she promises to be with him no matter what. He says, you are the best thing God has given me this year and for all his life. And she does cry. She says she's trying to calm her battling feelings, but if he betrays her trust, he won't ever see her again. She's like the wind, hits hard and moves on. I was like, Dunya, I thought you were the nice, quiet girl next door. You were like, I will be rolling up and out. We have Safa and Muhammad. They go on a yacht. He has all of her favorite foods. I love that he remembers these details. Remember the picnic on the beach he did? This he did. He's putting in all the effort. Not saying that the other men aren't too, but I can see his effort. So he feels a little bit stressed, but it's almost done. He's freaked out, but never to the point of saying no. So she feels like this is normal stress before married, and people are asking her if she's really going to do this. And he's like, forget them people. There's you and I. You're right, Muhammad. Don't listen to them. She is scared that he may change his mind, but her gut says he won't. But she says her gut has failed her before. And I was expecting Muhammad to say, forget your gut. He didn't say that. She says she felt better when he came and he saw her parents. And apparently they got matching tattoos, and that has made her feel better. Now, let me know in the comment below how you feel about matching tattoos. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Matching tattoos or even somebody's name. Not happening. But she loves it. The tattoos were of the number 05 and 02. 05 is for the pod they met on the first day. And 02 is for the pod that he proposed in. I don't think we have ever had a Love is Blind couple that we know of that got tattoos of the pods and their significance to them. So he says, what is the fear of the future? She says her fear is that he is a smooth talker. Does he mean what he says, or is he just being smooth? Interesting. He's like, you don't know me by now? And she's like, well, not fully. He's like, well, then since you don't know me, he laughs and says, hello, my name is Muhammad. What a way I love for Muhammad, always diffusing a situation. Something where I can easily see another groom go off like, you don't know who I am by now? Da, 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 da. Muhammad is like, okay, let me calm this. Let me change the course of this. Let me make her laugh. He's like, okay, you don't know me? Let me introduce myself. I like that about Muhammad. So she says smooth talkers are often flatterers. And, is he flattering or is he just too good to be true? And he said he has been ready since day one to marry her. She is his rock and his best friend. Beautiful. Then we have Asma and Katab. They're at dinner. Absolutely amazing looking restaurant. It has red lush seats and very small table lights. Very beautiful. He gives her a very lovely bouquet. She looks amazing in her black dress and her silver heels. I really liked how you looked for this, Asma. So he says, regardless of what happens, they will have a future together. He thought he would never find a woman like her. She felt like she was not easy to love, and then he appeared, made her feel safe, heard, and seen. So he saw nothing wrong with her. He said, there's nothing wrong with you. He said he felt like it was difficult and complicated. The idea of his ideal woman was unrealistic. She has all the qualities he's looking for, and he will always be her protector. Her parents, she said, trust her choice. She had a conversation with them, and, they have customs and tradition, and they are open to talking to him. That's why she feels so much lighter and she can enjoy this evening. He says, what have you done to me? And I'm like, sounds like love, Hatab. Sounds like you're in love. Then they have a henna party. So the henna party is the ladies' celebration, what in the US we would call a bachelorette party, but it is completely different. The men have their own tradition where is a groom's bath. Okay? So I'm going to, just like the ladies, I'm going to cover the henna party and the groom's bath separately. So it's a beautiful desert location. They have amazing rugs, couches. The sun is setting behind them. Absolutely gorgeous location. So Asma comes with her sister, Safa with her mom and sister-in-law and a friend. Safa's mom asks Asma, where's your ring? She says there's no ring because he wants to do it in the presence of her family as is tradition. So mom understood. Dunya came with her mom. Dunya is wearing a beautiful white Moroccan style dress. It is white and gold, just gold embroidery right down the front, and the belt is the embroidered gold. Absolutely beautiful. Dunya's mom says the henna night is only the bride wears green in their customs, and everyone else who wears green is kicked out. Mom looked like she was looking for someone to kick out of the festivities. She's like, anybody wearing green? Okay. So Donia says you wear 7 dresses for the wedding. I'm like, wow. Well, how many events are you having at the wedding? How many change of clothes? Like at what stage? I have to look up a Moroccan themed wedding for this because 7 dresses seems extreme. Safa can't even find 1 dress. Could you imagine if she had the Moroccan festivities of 7 dresses? Ooh, Muhammad would have to wait at least 6 months. So they discuss how each bride has her own background and customs for weddings and getting ready for it. So they say Safa will have an Iraqi style, Dunya Moroccan, and Asma Saudi. So they go into somewhat details a little bit, but they don't go into details with a lot of it. But it was wonderful information what we learned. So all of a sudden we see someone walking in a black and gold style dress, and they're like, who's that? Turns out to be Karma. She arrives and she has another beautiful fan. I would love to see Karma's collection of fans because that girl has got fans every color, every style. She's just got fans. So they embrace her and, they felt like she was coming. Turns out Dunya invited her. So we again get an aerial shot of the beautiful location, the long couches, the carpet, desert sands, and all the ladies are having a great time. So at the men's bath, Shafiq shares that his brother will travel for, a groom celebration for like 3 days to an island, and it's only him and his, male friends to celebrate. So I'm like, 3 days on an island, I could do that with only my girls. So Muhammad said it's all scary. His tradition is very scary. So is that they bathe and prepare the groom, but in his country, they keep beating him up as a joke. Shafiq was horrified. Shafiq is like, they beat you up? Like, beat you up? He's like, no. It's a joke. And then they dress him up and take him outside. Hitab says that they go to a bathhouse. They wear a bag and they scrub the groom really hard. Then they do henna. So Kitab says he talked to Asma's parents on the phone and it went so very well. He spoke to them, he said, like an hour and a half. And he's waiting to see if they're coming to the wedding because she is stressed, nervous, and wants to get married, but she needs her parents there. We understand. So he said he believes in last minute. He's like, anything could happen at the last minute, the last hour, so he will be waiting to hear from her parents. But, they are a solution couple, and they will find a solution and one way to move forward. So Shafiq says he's 100% sure his lady will say yes, while the men are getting massages. So we go back to the henna party, and Dunya, Dunya gives her left hand to get a reading from a lady that's there. The lady says there are hurdles and beware of those around your future husband. Dunya is like, I don't believe this. Me either, Dunya, and I'm glad you did because you didn't believe it, but that could really derail you. Who hired this person? We need only the good vibes for these weddings, not something to make her change her mind. So Asma's best friend Shireen shows up as Asma is getting her henna on her hand. She is so happy to have her friend there. She was just giddy. So the men are getting groomed. They're each in like barbershop style chairs. They're getting lined up. They're telling the barbers what to do. And Hitab says his old barber used to take 3 hours on just his beard. I thought women took a long time at the hairdresser or at the beauty salon. Hitab, 3 hours on your beard only? What happens if you go get the full treatment? Is it half a day? Muhammad looked horrified. I was like, we ain't staying here no 3 hours. Because Hitab says, shave them all off. Muhammad is like, you better not. So come bursting through the doors behind them. And I'm like, why are y'all busting in? There are clippers in these barbers' hands. They can mess up the haircut and shaping up of the beard. Y'all shouldn't be bursting in the doors. Well, bursting in the doors is Amar and musicians. So apparently, and I was doing so well with his name. Hatab's friend Vito is also with them. They come in and they do the dabke. Dabke? I am sorry again for the words. But the dabke is a Levantine folk dance, particularly popular among Lebanese, Jordanian, Palestinian, and Syrian communities. Dabke combines circle dance and line dancing and is widely performed at weddings and other joyous occasions. So, of course, this is their bachelor style party or groom's bath, and they are just having a lovely time. So they dance and they have fun. Amar climbs on the barber chair to dance too. And I'm like, is this the same Amar who is the one who didn't want his bride dancing? He's okay. Is he okay because dancing because it's around a whole bunch of men? So would she be able to dance if it was only around a bunch of women? Amar, I have questions. I'm not sure if you will answer them, but I have questions. So Amar said Shafiq is like his little brother and they bonded in the pods. Remember, when Amar first met Karma, he said, that's my woman, and Shafiq backed away. So I'm like, are y'all really friends? Or is it just because he backed off your girl that you like him? So then they come in, there are, when you hear it's the drums, and of course I'm expecting drums, then you hear the bagpipes. Now, traditionally, you think bagpipes, you think part of Europe. Well, apparently no. When I looked this up, I saw that the first bagpipes were recorded in Egypt in 400 BCE. Okay. Now I've learned so much in just this one episode. I learned about Moroccan food, I learned about the bagpipes, and I learned about the dancing. So much I'm learning from this culture. So the men said that the dancing is a way of helping to relieve stress. I could get with that. At the henna party, Safa is given a foot bath by her mom. Now, Safa is going through a very traditional henna party and blessing. So I'm going to say exactly what her mom and everyone who is of her culture said. Remember, I believe Safa was doing the Iranian style for her, wedding traditions. Okay? So the mother says that the water is jasmine with roses and cardamom. If you've never had cardamom, I surely suggest that you try cardamom sometime. I season with it a lot, but I digress. Water with jasmine, roses, and cardamom, soaking her feet in it to give her energy. It is done the day before the procession. She is given a mirror to see her face, to always look beautiful for her husband. She is given the Quran for her blessing. Then there are 7 white cups. Basically, these were glass cups with white items in it. One of them looks like salt, and some of them look like white beans, but I couldn't determine the rest. Netflix, it would be nice if you put like little highlights over those 7 jars so we knew what was in them, okay? Mom says you put the cardamom in her fingers so God may give her 6 kids. Safa is like, I need to remove the cardamom. They all have a good laugh. So they are shaking a white sheet over her head. So Karma is on one side and her sister-in-law is on the other, and they're shaking a white sheet over her head. And then they are shaking sugar onto that sheet. And the mom said this is to make her sweet in the eyes of her husband. Safa says there are many traditions she did not know about, and her mom wanted to do it for her, and she just wants her mom to be happy, but she is happy to be experiencing these traditions. And I'm like, I'm so happy to see this. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I could feel and understand the depths of which this is coming from. So Asma says this tradition of Safa's help her see that a little bit of Hitab's traditions. And she says it's so beautiful. So I'm wondering if she's like, oh, this can be for me as well when I do decide to marry Hitab. So they sing while Safa sits with her feet in the water, and they carry out the traditions. Dunia's mom takes her hands and starts singing a beautiful song. Of course, I do not know the words, but it was absolutely beautiful. So Asma says that her tradition, they got a belly dancer. The belly dancer was covered quite tastefully in a long robe. She says in Egypt, it is done like this with a belly dancer to lighten the mood, and the celebrations continue. Now we have the wedding date. The first wedding is Asma and Hitab. Okay? They reflect on their pod journey. His friend Vito comes to help him get ready. Her sister comes. They are holding out hope that her parents do show up. The hosts walk in. It's beautifully decorated, first of all. Absolutely bursting with beautiful colors, like reds and tans, and just beautiful. The host and hostess meet them at the bottom, come to the bottom of the stairs. He walks in alone. She walks in alone. And they said if you decide to continue, there's a sheikh to formalize your marriage upstairs. So they ask her, do you take Hitab? She looks at the table and her parents are not there. And she takes a deep breath. And that ends episode 8. I thank you for joining me. We'll have all the other weddings. I will change it to wedding attire for episode 9 so we can kind of blend in with the guests. And we will find out the decisions. I am so excited to find out these 3 couples who decides to actually formalize their marriage. Please like the video, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Be kinder to yourself today than you were yesterday.